Hey guys, Professor Randy with Pete's RV TV here today. I'm just going to go over a couple quick things. The kids are back in school and we're going to be using our camper a little less until the end of the season, or maybe not even again. So just a couple things to keep the camper fresh for you. So if you do use it one more time before the end of the season, one or two more times, or just to get ready to winterize before it gets too cold out. So I'm going to ditch these glasses because that was for effect. Now I can see something. So the first thing I want to do is, again, the kids are back at school. We're not going to be using our camper every weekend or every other weekend, so it's going to sit around a little bit longer. It's getting a little colder where I'm from up in the Northeast. Mice are looking for homes right now. They want to go in and make nests, have babies, and make an absolute mess out of anything that we own with every disregard for our camper. So best thing we can do is I want you to remove all the food. So if you've got box goods in there, pasta, just anything, take it out. Don't give them any reason to go look for food in there, because that's what they're doing right now. And if they find a good spot with food, they're definitely going to make house. So let's get rid of all the food. The next thing is air out the camper. It's still warm out. You know, we can leave the windows open a little bit. We can open the vents. If you got vent covers, open those vent covers. Let's get some air moving for this camper. We've used it this season. We've breathed in there. We've taken showers. It's been damp with the rainstorms and stuff. Let's get all that moisture out. Less moisture is going to hinder any mold that may build up in there over the winter months. So let's make sure that camper is aired out, and it's going to give us a better camper to start with in the spring as well. Next thing we can do is we can turn off the LP. We're not using the appliances on an everyday basis anymore, or you know, at the end of the week or what have you. Turn off that LP. It'll keep it away, but keep it unpressurized. It's going to be better off for everything on board, and less have to forget about it through the winter months. So let's turn off our LP. The other thing I want you to do is we can drain the water. Now, fresh water does go bad, and when it goes bad, it stinks to high heaven, and the only way to get it out of your camper is to chlorine all the lines. So I want you to drain the water, including the water heater. Make sure that you do turn the electric element off if you do drain that off, just in case you plug this guy back in with no water in there. We just want to make sure that we don't burn that out. So drain the water, and that way it won't go bad and it won't stink when you go to use it in the spring. It does not go away. You definitely need to chlorine the lines if you let this sit around too long. So drain off that water. Other and probably the most important thing on my list today is spot seal the roof and sealant gaps around the camper. And what I mean by that is I want you to spot seal the roof. Get up on that rubber roof. We've made videos about it before. If you haven't heard about it, check out those videos. Tells you how to do it. Shows you the appropriate stuff to use. But very important to get up there. Spot sealant is a self-leveling compound, and it only adheres in warm weather, and it only self-levels in warm weather. So if you wait maybe until you winterize it when it gets a little bit cold, sometimes the cold creeps up here a little earlier than normal where I'm from. So if we get out there now and do it, we're going to know we have a good seal to get us through the winter months, and we're not going to have any infiltration through the winter months that may cause damage when we're not in the unit. And what I mean about sealant gaps is everywhere, Josh can pan over here, everywhere where we've got a door or a window or any molding like this, anything that's supposed to hold back water, we need to check those gaps, make sure there's no way water can get in. And again, something that we need to do in warmer temperatures. If we wait till it gets too cold, that sealant is not going to adhere to the side of the camper the way we want it. So now is a great time to do it, especially when we got a little extra time on the weekends. Disconnect the battery. If you can't plug the camper in at home, which a lot of people cannot, I want you to unhook that battery. And this is a practice you should get in every week, but if you haven't done it, let's do it now. That battery goes below 10.5 volts. It's going to start chiming alarms inside the coach, telling you it's low voltage. It's also going to start to hurt the battery. It's called sulfation on the battery. So the plates actually get clogged up and it can't accept as good of a charge as it did when it was at higher voltage. So unhook the battery. There's no need to have that guy hooked up anymore. And then lastly, if you're not going to use it anymore, winterize the camper for the season. We know, especially where I'm from, I mentioned it here earlier in the video, it gets really cold up here. We've used non-toxic antifreeze. If you're from down south, blow out the lines. However, you're supposed to winterize the coach where you're from in your geological location. We do have a video on that as well, but very important not to forget that. So if you're going to use the unit again, do these things here. That way you'll be at least have half the job done for winterizing. You'll get your sealants done before it gets too cold out. You won't have any water going bad in the unit for you because you haven't used the unit in 3 or 4 weeks at a time. And if you're done with using the unit for the season, go ahead and winterize and you'll be done for the season, and we'll catch up with you in the spring. So anyway, thanks for watching Quick Tips with Randy today, and thanks for thinking Pete's RV. And as always, happy camping, and we'll talk to you later.